2009 Toyota Prius hybrid. Keeps making that noise. And it has a bunch of lights on the dash, ABS light. VSC light, traction control, brake light, 121,000 miles. And we've got some codes. Doing some research with these codes. I believe the ABS pump has gone bad, and it is located somewhere behind this hybrid system, somewhere back there. I do have a new part that came in right there, so let's go ahead and replace it. I don't think I need to get underneath the car, so what I'm gonna do is cut all the power out, disconnect the battery in the rear and the hybrid battery, so I could disconnect and take out that hybrid inverter under the hood. So let's turn ignition off, key out, and go from there. That's the main battery there, and the hybrid battery fuse is back here. So let's disconnect those and go from there. So I've got the 12-volt battery disconnected, positive and negative, just in case, and I've got the hybrid fuse out. It's located on the side over there. You just undo the clip and take it out. So at this point we should have no power going to the engine side at all, but it's always a good idea to wear some rubber gloves just in case. You don't want to get hit with some electricity and hurt yourself or kill yourself like that, so just be careful. So what I'm gonna do now is remove this cover here, take this cap off the inverter, and go from there. I've never taken the inverter apart before, so this will be my first time. We'll see how it goes, but just keep in mind, wear your gloves and be safe. Let's do it. was able to get the new unit in there. I couldn't record because it's so tight under there that I could barely get my hands in there as is, and you wouldn't be able to see anything. But basically it's just this whole bracket, it's like a Y, and it's held down by a nut over there, bolt over here, and another nut back there. You can't even see it, and the whole assembly just comes out, and then you can just swap the new one over onto the original bracket and put it back in. It is tight, and what I've learned doing this is most people remove this whole windshield wiper cowl out of the way, and it's so much easier to get to it. I didn't know this until now. It is possible to do without removing this cowl, but it would be so much easier if I knew that before. It is what it is. The new unit is in there. One thing you gotta make sure is the part number matches your old one, and that should be it. So let's just assemble this back to original and bleed the brakes, add some coolant, and clear some codes, and they should be good to go. There was a nest in there too. Nice. So the worst part about not removing this wiper cowl is there's two bolts on the cover of the inverter. These two right here. It's really hard to get to them without removing the cowl assembly here. It's possible, but it's probably the hardest thing about this whole process. Everything else is pretty easy. Got all the plugs connected. Just gotta bolt it down and put the cover on. And coolant, bleed the brakes, and we're done. Let's do it. couple hours ago, this 2009 Toyota Prius had some ABS codes and a bunch of lights on the dash. And 3 hours later, after replacing the ABS pump, everything is fixed. It did take me about 3 hours, but that's including bleeding the brakes and changing the fluid completely. As you can see now, there are no lights on the dash. The car is on right now. There are no codes in the system, so everything's good to go. It did take 3 hours, but if you don't feel like paying $3,000 to $4,000 to the dealer for something like this, you can do it yourself. The part, I bought a refurbished part online for $350, and it works fine. The part comes with warranty, and that's exact part number that I needed, so no programming required. I just installed it, the codes went away right away, and I bled the brakes and reset the codes just in case, and nothing came back after a test drive. So you can save thousands by doing your own work to a Prius. That'll be it for this video. Until next time, later.